it and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore! First, you've got to get mad. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore! First, you've got to get mad. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
A freak accident at a Wisconsin campground this morning. A tree fell on a tent, killing a 10-year-old Illinois girl and injuring her father and her brother. The three were camping at Devil's Lake State Park in Baraboo. That's about 40 miles northwest of Madison. Park official says the thunderstorm had passed through the area earlier. He says that may have weakened the tree, which otherwise appeared fully green and healthy. Officials say it's a tragic incident, something the park has not seen before.
School fight that some say was months in the making. A 13-year-old student treated for a concussion and other injuries after several other students attacked him and posted the video online.
This is the end result of months of bullying, says the teen boy, getting pummeled by fellow junior high students.
People would call me names, the devil worshiper, because I would never talk to anybody because I was shy.
On Monday, Avila says he was walking home from school when he was surrounded.
Recently, more local churches have become targets of violent crime, but parishioners are fighting back by boosting security.
Have you seen an increase in this area? Why are you holding this workshop?
Well, not specifically in this area, but across the United States, we've seen incidents across the United States occur on church properties and worship centers.
Just as P.J. Avita was being laid to rest, the man accused of killing him was back in court. CBS 2's Catherine Brown with that part of the story.
The accused killer of two young children showed no emotion. Daniel St. Hubert appeared stone-faced before a judge in a Brooklyn courtroom, handcuffed and flanked by heavily armed officers.
New details are emerging about a gruesome murder we've been covering in Coffee County. Tonight, we know the name of the woman that investigators say was killed and then dismembered.
This home just outside of Manchester is where investigators say Lisa Marie Hyder was killed. Scott Hale remains behind bars, and friends say his Satanism may have played a role in the alleged murder. Court documents show he cut off the head, hands, and feet of Lisa Marie Hyder and then ate part of her body. Charles Hyder lives in Dunlap, Tennessee. On Monday, investigators told him she was dead.
And when he told me what happened, oh my God, I clapped. I just couldn't believe it.
Colin Kaepernick won't be charged by prosecutors in an April 1st incident at a Miami hotel. Police investigated two 911 calls from a woman who claimed she was partying with a 49er quarterback and two other NFL players.
The person who, the alleged victim in this case, who claimed that that these things happened to her,
Police releasing new information about how Ronnie Cavallari allegedly committed those murders and what was behind the violent attack.
He believed his friend was the devil. His friend, 23-year-old Anthony Sakura,
For the superstitious, Friday was a double whammy. The full moon peaked on Friday the 13th, which might cause some people to consider staying home.
A new asteroid with the nickname the Beast will be flying by Earth this weekend, and it's cutting it pretty close.
Former G4S security guard Frank Jackson was on duty the evening of the tragedy in Tumon. He said the night shift turned into a nightmare. GPD officer Detective Anthony Borja says once taken into custody, DeSoto cooperated with police, but offered a disturbing interview where DeSoto claimed the devil told him to do it.
He told me that he read somewhere that if a person were to commit a violent act such as the one that he just completed, that person will be given a day off from hell's eternal damnation. During the latter part of the interview, he said that he was accepted into the dark side.
A 22-year-old Satanist in Athens has been arrested for, quote, sacrificing a woman to Satan on Easter Sunday. He, quote, sacrificed her to Satan and then wrote 666 on a park bench nearby in her blood.
A moose crashed into a bus, causing the vehicle to stop right at mile 666. A Belarusian tour bus managed to redefine the term Mark of the Beast when a moose stumbled into its path on the way to Kiev, smashed through the windshield, and indeed left quite a mark. Later, as police were examining the wreckage, they noticed that the bus had screeched to a halt right at mile 666, giving the proceedings an air of satanic intrigue often missing from your average highway catastrophe.
Jessie J, Taylor Swift, Sam Smith, Usher, 5 Seconds of Summer, Iggy Azalea, and Beyonce.
This is SportsCenter.
CBS 4 News at 5 and HD starts right now.
And the Keys. This is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gwen Stefani and Snoop Dogg.
Yes, sir. We're here to give away the, yes, sir. So we're here to give away the first award of the night, the best female video.
Snoop, this year the ladies are taking over.
Hey, and I ain't mad at that. Twerk, twerk.
And the nominees for the best female video are... Partition, Beyonce. Partition. Lord. Royals. Katy Perry. Featuring Juicy J. Dark Horse. Ariana Grande. Featuring Iggy Azalea. Problem. Iggy Azalea, featuring Charlie XCX, Fancy. And the VMA goes to... Katy Perry, featuring
Juicy J. Ooh-wee.
Thank you so much to Motion Theory and to Direct Management and to my record label, Capitol Records. We love you guys!
Plus, you won't want to miss Usher.
I'm just taking care of our baby Blue Ivy. I'm a very
Please welcome from the upcoming film Dumb and Dumber 2, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels.
It's a little warm for that scarf, isn't it?
It's not just a scarf, Jeff. It is warm. It's killing me. But this isn't a scarf. It's also a sling. If I break my arm,
I'll sling.
If I go to Coachella and there's a sandstorm, I'm still enjoying the show.
Yes, you are.
Guess who's not getting Ebola at Coachella?
Yeah, no, not
this
you.
year.
Listen.
And the VMA goes to Ariana Ariana Grande. Or Iggy Azalea. Bravo.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you so much. Oh my God.
Martin Scorsese used to be the high priest of the LA group, but 6 years ago he was replaced by Jim Carrey.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you so much. Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kim Kardashian West.
Let me see you scrub it. Type of girl I'm getting private dances in the public.
Sometimes you hear a voice and you just know it's special. It moves you with its honesty and makes you feel like whatever's going on in your own life, somebody else might be going through it too. Our next performer has one of those voices. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Artist to Watch nominee, my friend Sam Smith.
And later, Iggy and Rita spin their web on stage for their first ever live performance of Black Widow. The 2014 MTV Video Music Awards are presented by Five Gum Truth or Dare. Break the ice with breath fresh cooling crystals, icebreakers.
Oh my gosh, I'm literally up here shaking. Wow, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, to everybody who's voted, thank you so much to our families, to our friends, to our team, Ella Reed, Simon Cowell. Thank you so much to God. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, we didn't think we would win. This is amazing. Mom, look what happened. I love you. Thank you so much. What? Thank you.
Cause you're a sky full of stars.
Show you how to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jennifer Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jimmy Fallon.
Feminist. a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Y'all ready to get grimy? Y'all sing with me. I know when you were little girls, you dreamt of being in the world. Don't forget it, don't forget it. Respect that. Bow down, bitches. Bow down, bitches. Bow down.
Feminist, a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Bow down, bitches. 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 How y'all wake up this morning? I said, how did you wake up this morning? You flawless. Sing. You wake up, post up, round in it, lotion on that. These diamonds, my diamonds, these rocks, my rocks. Say, I woke up like this. I woke up like this. If you flawless, ladies and gentlemen, sing, sing.
And the recipient of the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award and the greatest living entertainer, Beyonce.
MTV, I love you. Good night.
Fair use allows to distribute, reproduce, and show clips for criticism, commenting, reporting, teaching, and research of copyrighted material without authorization of the copyright.
I'll tell you what's the worst part about television is the programming, the philosophy, okay? I mean, the manipulating of your mind, the philosophy, the mentality, the system of thinking, the ideology. That's what's wrong with television. That's what's wrong with movies. That's where they're really getting in your head. Take, for example, Walt Disney. Right? And many people that will preach against the TV, they'll preach against the movies, they'll preach against Hollywood because it's obvious that stuff is bad, but then they'll say, well, we watch Disney movies. And I've been to the home of preachers and Christians who would never watch TV or the movies, but yet they have the whole library of the Walt Disney movies. You know those white plastic cases? And they have them all lined up, and I mean, they have tons of them lined up. Of course, I don't know how many there are, but there's hundreds of them. They have them lined up and lined up, and they have their kids watching those movies all day long. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to prove to you right now that those movies are wicked. You say, what? Disney movies? Come on, you're crazy. They're rated G. Well, let's see. First of all, did you know this? Did you know that Disney movies are filled with subliminal messages? Subliminal messages. Now, what are we talking about tonight? Sorcery. What are we talking about tonight? Getting inside your mind and messing with you, controlling your thought process by supernatural means or demonic means. Or hey, I'm going to tell you something. Disney movies are filled with subliminal messages. And you say, oh, that's a hoax. I've seen it with my own eyes. When I was a teenager, I had a friend of mine sit me down at his house and show me the subliminal messages in the Disney movies. They're filled with subliminal messages. Let me give you some examples. The Lion King, filled with subliminal messages. Okay, all throughout the movie, there are pornographic pictures hidden in the movie. Like you'll be watching the movie, and just for a few seconds, something filthy will come on. Like off to the side, there'll be some kind of a, reproductive anatomy will pop up, over here, and then over here. There's this one point where the lion, he kind of goes like this, and a cloud of dust comes up and just spells the word sex. And the word sex is put in the Lion King movie subliminally, literally hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. The shapes on the screen will spell the word. And I've seen it. I mean, I had my friend sit me down at his house and pausing the movie, showing me the word sex popping up on the screen at different times because he knew where they were. And he would show me these things. Another one, and they all are filled with it. Aladdin is another one. In the movie Aladdin, there's a part in the movie where the guy, what's his name, Aladdin? There's a point in the movie where he tells Jasmine to take all her clothes off. But you don't even know it unless you know it's there. You listen to it, and he mumbles it kind of under his breath.
Leave me alone.
So how's our little bow doing? Come on, good. Take off. So how's our little bow doing? Come on, good. Take off. Come on, good. Take off. On good kings, take off.
And I mean, once you know it's there, you hear it just as clear as day. But you didn't know that it was there, you wouldn't hear it. And The Little Mermaid has a filthy picture drawn in the cover on the front of The Little Mermaid. And nobody would realize it until somebody shows you and says, look at this. And you look at it, whoa! And all throughout the movie, there are scenes, I'm not even going to describe some of the scenes in The Little Mermaid, where subliminal messages are coming on the screen. The other movie, Beauty and the Beast, there, a nude woman pops up a few times in the background of Beauty and the Beast, filled with subliminal messages. Your kids are watching it, and their mind is maybe not even seeing it, but it's going into their subconscious. Words flashing on the screen. Over and over, sex, nudity, filth, just all the smut is just coming on the screen. Oh, those movies are harmless. They're filled with subliminal messages. Who knows what your kids are being programmed? Oh, but you know what? I'm sure that it's only just the Disney movies. I'll guarantee you it's the rest of Hollywood probably doing the same thing. And these Disney movies, at first when I was a teenager and somebody showed me this, I thought it was just a couple movies, a couple scenes, but as time has gone on, I've realized that virtually every Disney movie is packed with hundreds of subliminal messages to program the minds of your children. Okay, but then forget the subliminal message. Just the message of the Disney movies is perverted. Even if you just forget the subliminal message. I mean, forget what movies did we bring up? The Little Mermaid. A half animal, half human being. And that's perverted in and of itself. All throughout the Bible, every false god is a half animal, half human being. They're constantly merging of animals and human beings. It's paganism. It's wicked. And yet every Disney movie is pretty much based on the merging of a human being with an animal. It's described in the Bible. And the movie The Little Mermaid, she's topless the whole time, right? She's just wearing like a bikini top. How is that? Is that how you want your daughter to dress? But there's no cussing, there's no nudity. Do you want your daughter going around in a bikini top? Is that modest apparel? Is that what Jesus Christ would have you to wear, ladies? No. The movie's filled with Satanism, witchcraft. There's some, Ursula, some witch that's casting spells and using sorcery and demonism. Oh, pretty innocent, right? All of them are filled with it. In the movie Beauty and the Beast, the whole first half of the movie is these prostitutes in the town that are dressed just half naked, dancing around, you know, admiring this guy, the big, strong, handsome guy. But all these girls are dressed indecently. They're obscene in their gestures, subliminal messages, and then the whole movie is basically just exalting a certain physical standard of appearance. Beauty and the Beast is a movie about a woman who falls in love with an animal. And in the movie, they keep acting like, well, he's just ugly. He's not ugly, he's an animal. But there's a difference between being ugly and being a beast, being an animal. And if you've seen the cartoon, it's an animal. It's like a dog. It's like a big dog man or something. I mean, it's clearly an animal, and yet she falls in love with him while he's an animal. You know, only when she kisses an animal does he become a human being. Oh, wow. And you say, well, what's wrong with that? Read the Bible sometime.
Hey guys, it's Jared. I pray this video shed light on the satanic, Luciferian, Illuminati indoctrination of our children through subliminal messages in Disney movies. I understand that you may not believe this, but when you look into who is making these movies and you see the fruits of their labor, it all makes sense. Walt Disney was a Freemason obsessed with the occult and used his movies and his theme parks as a tool to indoctrinate the public into his beliefs. Club 33 in the Disneyland parks is symbolic of the 33rd degree of Masonry. The symbolism is also put into the Disney movies. In the Dumbo movie, after getting drunk, Dumbo and the rat have lucid dreams that contain satanic, Luciferian, and Illuminati symbolism. Disney also displays its corrupt satanic agenda through programming of their idols. They introduce innocent stars that slip under parents' radar and build up a fan base. As the idols get older, they corrupt them and send them on a crash course in a dragnet plot to drag some of their fans down with them. Examples of this are Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera. I know the 666 in the Disney name is hard for some people to accept, but it is not Walt Disney's signature, as many believe. It is a made logo, and even as a kid I remember thinking the logo looked odd. It didn't look like any D I had ever seen. The Y doesn't even look like a Y, and the squiggly above the I are all part of the hidden mark of the beast symbolism. Think about it. This mark is on everything Disney, and as if to affirm its importance and the mark of the beast promotion, on many Disney stores, Mickey's head is made with the same 666. If you still think it's a stretch, then you're probably comfortable with the hand scanning technology they are implementing for VIPs to enter their park and access their rooms. It is a forerunner for the RFID, Mark of the Beast technology. They are getting the people ready. All these plots are satanic in nature. If you understand the Masons, Illuminati, and the times that we're living in, it should all be obvious to you. Jesus Christ came to save us from this system. In 1 John 2:15, he said, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him." Jesus knew this system that Satan was going to be creating. He knew about Disney before it was even here. Satan doesn't play fair. He doesn't wait until you get older before he starts trying to plant his lies in you. He wants to get kids as young as possible and indoctrinate them into his system. Jesus also said, "What is highly esteemed among men is an abomination to God." The reason why these Disney movies are so prevalent, the reason why people young, old, big, and small of this world are watching them, is because it is highly esteemed among men, and it is an abomination to God. Our Lord wasn't saying these things to keep things from us or to make life less fun. He was saying these things to protect us. He knew Satan's deceptiveness and his plot to destroy us. As we put our faith in Jesus Christ and his work of salvation for us from this system, and we live in the Word of God and in the Holy Spirit, we will overcome Satan's snares. As we get closer and closer to the end times, the devices of the enemy are going to get more and more devious. I have videos on my channel explaining some of these deceptions that Satan has laid before us, and I'm making a playlist called Defeating the Antichrist. Brothers and sisters, this is our time to unite. Let us flee from the unclean thing, and let us put our eyes on the glory of Christ.